considering that there's just 3 or so days left before patch 4.6 comes out, it's too much effort to make an in-depth analysis video of the animation just to potentially become obsolete within half a week. Instead, I'll just do a short version and cover the most important bases. I absolutely love this animation. Fontaine has just been on a clinic of quality writing compared to previous regions. If they do this more often, that would greatly enhance the quality of character marketing for this game, which is one of Genshin's biggest appeals. Even though it wasn't enough to fully explain the context over flashback, it captures all the emotions and lets you really feel the story at its fullest. So now let's just talk about the animation. One detail that I think is worthy of note. Perere was imprisoned after killing the Harbinger. I don't think it's tradition to kill the previous knave, seeing as how it's viewed by the rest of the Fatui as a serious crime. This, I think, is an important detail because it basically confirms that Perere entered that battle with zero expectations of becoming the next Arlecchino. So, something to think about for the long term. Now, about Clairvy. We see her in the poster for patch 4.6, and she's met with the Linny trio. Notice she's wearing her childhood clothes. During her death, she's wearing a black top. This confirms that this is a past version of her, so she's most likely still dead. Now, during the animation, she wears a flower necklace early on in the flashback. This flower is called the Luminous Bell. The flower reappears during the confrontation with Krukabena. When Perere was on the verge of defeat, she turned to look at this flower, which likely reminded her of Clairvy. She then gained a massive power-up, which allowed her to completely turn the tides and utterly dominate Krukabena en route to victory. Now, the detail I want to highlight actually occurs here. Notice the black shade on her arm slowly advance during this time, right before the big power-up. We also see the black shade advance when she was mourning her dead spider at the beginning. And Krukabena already explains it for us. The curse was acting up. To me, it seems like Perere's curse advances when she feels grief or sadness over the loss of a loved one. Maybe her cold demeanor today is a means of suppressing the curse? Arlecchino these days is quite accustomed to losing children, so perhaps this is a form of defense. One day we'll have to learn what the curse is and what the implications of it are. I have a feeling the curse will play a major role in her story quest. Speaking of curses, now this line has a whole new meaning behind it.
This Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
Now, overall, we still don't fully understand the context of this backstory. We don't know what circumstances led to Arlecchino battling the other orphans. They all appear to be roughly the same age. Fremine was actually an orphan living here under this time, so this group of orphans here, it's a very specific group whom all share the similar age that was selected to fight each other. We don't know if Arlecchino killed all the other children herself, or if they had to kill each other in a free-for-all. Most likely, I think the character story will answer these questions. Now, about the wandering kid at the very end. This kid is not Fremine. Again, Fremine was already an orphan under the house before the battle, so Fremine should be older than this kid. There's also the obvious difference of eye color and hair. Fremine has lighter hair and blue eyes. Now, on to a lighter topic. Fatui Coat Scaramouche is such a meme. They actually went back and did this. Senora looks to be expected, but Piero, man, this dude is hiding quite the attractive body frame underneath that coat. Just look at those legs. But yeah, those are just my initial observations on the trailer. If this was released 2 to 3 weeks before the new patch, I would have released a longer video. Oh well, once we get more info, I can do a follow-up. Now, this part is a bonus because I happened upon it at the end of the script. The Arlecchino teaser trailer. Oh my god. If I was gonna get political about this, there would be so many statements being made right now. Let's not kid ourselves, all these wealthy people in Fontaine, they're basically all modern-day Lawrence clan. If it weren't for Neuvillette holding down the nation's legal system, this country would have been screwed a long time ago. This trailer is pretty straightforward. We see Arlecchino witnessing the death of another house orphan, and at this point, she's pretty used to watching people die right in front of her. This is in stark contrast to when Navia had to face the death of the people in Busan. It shows the contrast in experience between the two characters. Arlecchino is quickly becoming one of Genshin's best characters. The amount of effort they put in establishing her is really something. We even got a cool little voiced web event for her. And this is exactly what we wanted. This is the Anti-Senora. We get development front and center, and soon we'll know what she's really about. Now, at this point, considering everything we know, there is still one last question to address.
A wolf in sheep's clothing. To exert a higher level of control over people, she puts on a graceful and cordial front. Most of those who have seen her true crazy self have gone poof.
Most likely, the secret is the curse. Or, at the very minimum, the truth about the curse. That has to be the most obvious answer because we still don't know where she came from and what this curse is, but I can smell a tragedy waiting for us once we do find out. But we'll just have to wait and see. Arlecchino still has the demo trailer coming up, and I have no doubt that is going to be pretty epic too. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.